Hello, fascinating world of TikTok. I have been spending way too much time on this app lately, but here we are. So I wanted to make a really cute little video with different photos and like a cute little timeline with a cute little boppy song. But that's not happening. I'm tired and trying to prepare myself for what is about to happen. So anyway, for lack of a cuter announcement, your girl here is almost 34 weeks pregnant with a little tiny human. And his name, it's a boy, his name is Peter. And Asa and I are very excited to become parents. Woo! My For You page has been flooded with pregnancy and birth videos, as well as the usual like conspiracy theory stuff, and also food prep. That's kind of been my For You page lately. So yeah, I guess I can put a photo here, maybe. I don't know how to do that, but I'll give you some bump photos. Here they go. This is me at 18 weeks pregnant. He decided to show himself pretty darn early. So fun fact, me and two of my other best friends are pregnant all at the same time. Like Nicole was due first, and then Jesse, and then myself. So pretty excited. I don't remember what week this was, but yeah, there's some more bump photos. Another cute bump photo featuring Asa. I don't remember what week this was either. Here's a cute photo from 30 weeks. You can't really see the belly here very much. But yeah, thought that was a cute photo. Here's a cute picture of me and my girl Jess, who when this photo was taken was due in 10 days. She is now over her due date, but really excited for her little man to come into the world. And how cool is it that at my baby shower, this is a rainbow baby, and there was a rainbow at the church where we were having the shower, which I thought was pretty cool. I think this is the 32 weeks. And here's a photo of our rotten little man who looks exactly like his daddy and hates his picture being taken. Ta-da! Hi, everybody. It's been a hot minute since I posted anything on this app. Since I became a mom, my scrolling time has been limited, and I feel like that has been the Lord helping me out. But I just wanted to give a little bit of an update on everything. Since the last video, y'all know I was pregnant and all that jazz. Well, excuse me. Peter was born, on January 1st, and that was a very interesting experience. I had to be induced, so Pitocin is no joke, and I hope I don't ever have to do that again because it was rough. It was rough. But I made it. We're both here and everything's okay. I ended up throwing my birth plan completely out the window, which, that's why I called it a birth preference instead of a birth plan. But thankfully I did not have to have a cesarean, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm okay. Peter is now almost 11 weeks old and growing like a weed and so fun and so cool. So that was January for us. Breastfeeding was hard, but we're still kicking, so thankful for that and the ability to continue to breastfeed. Flash forward to February, my dad was scheduled for a heart cath, and they kept him in the hospital because he had two major blockages. He had something with that they called the Widowmaker. Um, and two of his main arteries were 95 and 98% blocked. And they told him after they had the heart cath that um, he could go home if he wanted to, but if he had a heart attack while he was driving home, it would probably not be a very fun time for anybody. So he stayed in the hospital. My mom and dad were both stuck at the hospital for 11 days. They had to do open heart surgery on him. He went in on a Thursday for the heart cath and had heart surgery the following Tuesday. And then after the surgery was released that Sunday. Um, and when I say like open heart surgery, for those of you that have not experienced that before as a part of like your family member or someone close to you, you're kind of like, oh man, I know this is serious. Let me pray for them, just stuff like that. However, when it hits you personally, it hits different. I had peace about it. I was a little bit concerned. My dad is 69 years old. He had a surgery a week before his birthday, roughly. So, um, he was 68 at the time, but I had peace that he would make it through okay and everything would be fine. Um, but it was still scary, and then having the baby and then trying to be with mom in the hospital, it was rough. And I really had to do a lot of trusting in the Lord in that period of time because Peter was exposed to illness and, um, it was just a trying time, especially with a newborn driving 2 hours away to be at the hospital with my parents. It was a little rough. I will say I'm 26 years old, and I never thought I would be in this position with my parents at my age, seeing either of them in a state where um, they could very well possibly pass away. And that was really, really scary for me. When my dad got out of surgery, I was just about to go to my in laws to kind of take a nap and freshen up and give Peter a break from being around people. And mom got to see my dad and my pastor. My mom and my pastor both got to see my dad at that time when he was just released from surgery. But the next visiting hour was at 5 p.m. So I had to wait that long to see dad. And as soon as it was 5 p.m., I was standing at the door waiting eagerly to be let into ICU. And I came in, and my dad was like the first room that you came to, and he recognized me immediately. Of course, he didn't remember anything that happened because, he just come out of a major surgery and is recovering, and he had no idea what he was doing or saying at that time. But when I went back, he was still on the ventilator, and he was white and like pasty white and really looked like death, honestly. And I was okay for the first few minutes until the nurse told me that um, if he doesn't if he doesn't come off the vent, if he's not trying to breathe on his own, we're gonna have to have a serious conversation. And that was when the walls started closing in and I got super nauseous and almost passed out. In that moment, seeing my dad laying in that hospital bed in such a vulnerable state, it was the second most supernatural thing I had experienced this year, the first being Peter's birth. And in that moment, nothing else mattered. Nothing, none of my problems mattered. None of my wishes mattered. Nothing else mattered. I was staring in the face of death. I was staring in the face of eternity. Granted, my dad came out just fine, and that's because a lot of people have been praying for him, and the Lord saw fit to answer those prayers in the way that dad would recover well. But in that moment, for me, life and death were hanging on the edge. And wow. So keep looking unto Jesus. And there's my update. Bye guys.